now at 5 is the first day of what turns out to be a tight campaign for Milwaukee County Executive. Incumbent Chris Abele survived yesterday's primary.
But he did come in second place to State Senator Chris Larson.
And the results, razor thin, 45% to 44%. Julia Abele looks at what we can expect over the next 6 weeks.
Even Chris Larson was surprised by the results last night when they came in, and he was in Madison and saw what the results were. He tells me that Chris Abele has outspent him in the campaign so far about 20-1.
I think people are ready to move on. They want to move Milwaukee County forward.
When I ran the first time for County Exec, I barely squeaked through the primary.
Now just letting the numbers talk. Incumbent Chris Abele showed strength in the suburbs. In Oak Creek, he won by more than 450 votes. Abele also took a healthy lead in Whitefish Bay with more than 160 votes. The city of Milwaukee is where State Senator Chris Larson came out on top by nearly 6,000 votes. In fact, he tallied more votes than incumbent Mayor Tom Barrett. Today, Larson joined demonstrators with a movement to stop the so-called Milwaukee Public Schools takeover. The state passed a plan to take control of struggling schools last year.
One model that we could replace the takeover with is community schools, where the schools function as a community center, a place where parents can send their kids before school, after school.
Abele focused on reminding voters he plans to keep his promise of fiscal responsibility.
Oh, I said when I ran, I'm going to start turning around the fiscal situation in the county. We had epic amounts of debt. Well, since then, we've dropped hundreds of millions off the debt.
Abele tells me up until now he has not created any attack ads against his opponent, but after seeing some ads of what he calls lies, he's not afraid to hold back in the coming weeks. Stephen Carroll.
Julia, you mentioned that 20-1 spending margin between Abele and Larson. What are the dollar amounts we're talking about here?
So far, Larson has spent a little bit over $100,000 in his campaign, and Abele has spent a little over $2 million. We'll break down those numbers for you coming up tonight at 6.
Interesting. Julia Abele, thanks.